Good evening to all. I, Professor Raghavendra MJ, welcome all the participants for one-day faculty development program, a national webinar on data analysis using Excel, which is organized by Sanatana Research and Training Institute, a unit of Sanatana Sampratishthana Mysuru, in association with Rotary Club, Mysore West. Prayer is an action. It is the process of talking with the God with energy in order to achieve a purpose. So let us begin this inaugural ceremony by seeking the blessings of Lord Almighty. Ukratunda Mahakaya, Koti Surya Samaprabha, Nirvignam Kurume Deva, Sarvakareshu Sarvada. It is the supreme art of the teacher to awaken joy in creativity, expression, and knowledge. I request Dr. Ramchandra CG, the Managing Director of Sanatana Research and Training Institute, to welcome and introduce the speakers of today's session and guests and all the participants.
A very good morning, one and all. I take this opportunity on behalf of Sanatana Research and Training Institute, a unit of Sanatana Sampratishthana, Mysuru, to welcome today's speaker, Dr. S.B. Mule, Assistant Professor, Department of Statistics, KC College, Mumbai, Maharashtra, and also today's guest, Dr. Raghavendra Prasad, MD, President, Rotary Club of Mysore West, and the participants from different parts of the country. Like Karnataka, we have participants from Karnataka, Kerala, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, Tamil Nadu, Maharashtra, West Bengal, Delhi, Jammu and Kashmir, Uttar Pradesh, Odisha, Bihar, Chhattisgarh, and even from other country also. Let me introduce today's speaker, Dr. Mule SB. Currently is working as assistant professor in the Department of Statistics, KC College, Mumbai, Maharashtra. He is having a teaching experience of 15 plus years. And coming to his research, the project, so he has received one UGC minor research on prediction model for cancer, and he has received URG projects, one on diabetic and secondary microarray data, and internationalization of software firms in Pune at IBMR Chinwad Pune for Pune Management Association, and he has worked with projects sponsored by Department of Post titled Customer Satisfaction Survey conducted by Department of Statistics, Dr. BAMU Aurangabad, and he has published seven research papers in various reputed international journal. So this is the brief introduction of today's speaker, Dr. S.B. Mule. And coming to today's the webinar. So let me start with this the statistic, because this today's webinar is data analysis using Excel. Okay. So statistics is the discipline that concerns the collection, organization, analysis, interpretation, and presentation of the data. So statistical analysis, it is the science of collecting data, analyze it to summarize the data, exploring and presenting large amount of data to discover underlying patterns or trends. So statistics are applied every day in research industry to become more scientific about decisions that need to be made. So knowledge is divine, knowledge is powerful too, and it should be shared. So the basic intention to organize today's one-day faculty development program, a national webinar on data analysis using Excel, it to provide a detailed information about how to utilize the the MS Excel for even the data analysis. The today's speaker will going to give in-depth information about this the Excel. So with this, I wish all the participants will have a fruitful interaction with the speaker at the end of the session. Once again, I thank you one and all.
Thank you, sir. Now I request today's guest, Dr. Raghavendra Prasad, MD, President, Rotary Club of Mysore West, to say few words about today's program.
Good evening, all. Am I audible?
Yes, you
Yes,
are
sir.
audible.
Yeah, good evening, all. So, as Dr. Ramchandra told, knowledge is power, and this multiplies whenever we share. See, especially coming on to this today's topic, statistics. So, statistics is very important for daily life. Especially, I think anybody and everybody who are doing either maybe employer or employee, everybody will be using Excel. And one of my friend was telling, even Excel is extensively used in data analytics. What they tell is, see, whatever we are using Excel is hardly around 2 to 3% of its total capacity. I think this is a platform where we can learn more about MS Excel, which is a widely used software than any other softwares, especially in computers. Apart from Word for some typing, the main used software is MS Excel. So this is a great opportunity. I thank Sanatana Trust President Dr. Ramchandra CG for organizing such a seminar and sharing the knowledge, which is very much greater. What I say, service to the industry, because even when we are doing our research, also I just remember we were all researchers, especially engineering researchers, ends with some or other kind of statistics. We had been roaming here and there. We had been to Bangalore. Even Ramchandra had done his PhD degree mostly in statistical analysis. He has, I think, the one main reason is he has suffered a lot while getting the information. Now with today's the data informatics, now we are able to hear from one of the expert in data analytics from Mumbai. So this is a power of information technology. So I don't want to take much time. So as a Rotary West, we are here to serve. Serving is all kind of service, and in that, knowledge sharing is one of the most powerful and best way to serve the society. Once again, I congratulate Dr. Ramchandra for organizing such a seminar. Over to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I request today's speaker, Dr. S.B. Mule, Assistant Professor, Department of Statistics, KC College, Mumbai, to start the session.
Thank you. Am I audible to everybody?
Yes, you are audible.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, if I'm audible to everyone, please put yes in the chat box so that I will understand. And we'll also come to know that this is the way that we interact with everybody, so that I will try to keep you active during this session. Sometimes in between some questions might be raised and you need to answer either in yes or no. So that is the just interaction we are expecting, virtual interaction we are expecting on this platform. I thank you, the organizing committee and the organizers, for giving me opportunity to be present before you. I will not take much time, and I will jump to the session of my Excel data analysis using Excel. Excel is, I think, just now the sir has told that Excel is very powerful, and we are not using Excel to its maximum capacity, or you can say that if you are able to use Excel up to 10-20% of the capacity, then also you will be a renowned analyst. So that's how Excel is powerful. And I just want to know from organizer that how much time they have kept for discussion and how much time they have kept for my lecture.
So you can take your time, 1.5 hours you can take.
And 1 hour for session and half an hour for discussion, right?
Yes, you can take. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Here and there some time. Okay. Something. Yeah. Let me share my screen.
Yeah, you can share.
interesting that we are using Excel. When we started, a lot of computers we started using one or the other form of Excel, MS Office. So Word doc and I think Word document and Excel, they are the most used and of any kind of data. Excel starts with very basic things, and I will not. I understood that most of you are aware of Excel at basic level, that you can do some, how you can enter data, how you can use it for basic calculations. But still, I will go through very basic calculations. Excel can Excel is one of the software which is used for taking up your data. Excel can store any type of data. If you remember, or if you know, if you are learning research methodology, then people are talking about string type data. They talk about numeric type data. They talk about questionnaires. They talk about different forms of measures of variables like ordinal, scale, nominal, ratio, and all. Okay. So that means Excel is the data. Excel is the spreadsheet which is comfortable. Everyone can use it for any kind of data. Say for example, if you see string data, then I can use a string type data and I can enter it as male or female. That means Excel do not ask you that you have to code it or decode it. If you are using some other software of statistics, then it has some certain basic requirement for entry of the data. But Excel do not have any respect. You have data, you can enter in that format. So you can write lines, you can write text, you can write numbers, you can write anything or everything in Excel. So that's why Excel is more popular to popular spreadsheet. Okay, so this is one kind of spreadsheet. You may be aware of about other spreadsheets that Google has also come out with a spreadsheet. But now if someone talks about spreadsheet, instead of we synonymously use Excel as a spreadsheet. So when we're talking about a spreadsheet, instead we say that please enter your data into Excel. So it doesn't mean that you are expecting that the person has to enter data into Excel, but he or she has to enter it in spreadsheets. So gender is my text type data. Say for example, age is a numeric, so I can say that 23, 24. Again, I can have data like date and date. So that means what I can enter in Excel. So Excel permits me to do. So Excel can permit me to enter general and specific. If my screen is visible to you, then we have is it visible? And okay, let me share this. Okay, area is visible, right? So you can see when we start from start in Excel, basic functions on sites, cut, copy, and format painter. Okay, there's a format that is you can have your text type, that is the font type, theme of the fonts, and this is the you can say that it is the size of the font, and then you can have bold or italic and underline data along with this. Okay, you can have that. This is a particular section. Data is allowed to. You are allowed to do place your data either on the upper side, lower side, or middle side, or center side, or middle or right side or left side of your cell. So that is how we do that. That means if I select my data and if I select it as left, so it is on left. If I select it on right, then it is on right, and if it is on center, then if we select it on center, then it is center. Okay. Instead talking on this particular aspect, I would like to talk on the different data formats, because data formats are essentially, I should know that what are types I can include cell. So what are the possible data formats which you can enter in Excel? You can enter numbers, that means a general where you don't have any specific format, and now you can have text as well as numeric data in same column. And number allows you that you have to enter number, so it comes with some that is decimals and increase decimal, so it will increase decimal. Seeing that this is a number format, then automatically I can increase or decrease my number of decimal places after decimal point. So I can have a general and specific. So if it is a general and specific, it comes with numeric but without any decimal point. So you can increase its decimal point if you want to. If you increase the decimal point, automatically it will change to number format. Okay. So what else you can enter is that you can enter the data of currency type, accounting, short date, long date, time, percentage, fractions, scientific notations, and text type, and you have more number of formats. So these many formats you can enter. Alignment is also option. Font is also option with this, and borders, that if you want to have a table inside your Excel, then you can go borders and outlines. Okay. So this is basically you should know going any type of data, because if you want to become a data analyst, or if you want to, the first and foremost thing that you should know is that you should know your data, that what type of data which we normally talk about. One is other is ordinal type, and next one is scale type data. Okay. Scale is nominal type is basically nomenclature type data, like whatever I've used now, male and female. It is categorical as well as nomenclature. So it cannot be no mathematical calculation can be done with this type of data. So it is basically categorical and specifically a nomenclature type data. We call it as nominal type data. So gender comes into it, nationality comes into it, your religion comes into it. So all these types of data are basically they are categorical plus nominal type data. There's another type we have, that is categorical. I will write here, and numeric. Okay. So numeric nominal type data will be categorical as well as nominal. So yes, it can be categorical. It can be numeric, but only when coded. Okay, only when coded. Okay, what is to be called as coded? Coding क्या होता है? Coding, that means in
Hello, your voice is not clearly audible. Can you sort it out? Hello? Hello? I think he has logged out from the meeting. So I'm trying him. He's connecting once again.
Okay,
You
sorry,
can
sorry.
start now, sir.
Yeah, I can start. Okay, am I audible now?
Yeah,
Yes.
now it is clear comparatively. Yeah.
Now it is clear. Okay.
Mm.
So this we are talking about. We are talking about basically we are talking about data types. Before going for any data analysis, we should know what are the different data types. So this is nominal type data, and I talked about ordinal type data. Ordinal type data is basically a Likert scale data where we have strongly disagree to strongly agree scale and strongly disagree, neither agree nor disagree, then agree and strongly agree. So it is a Likert scale. So it can be a categorical even. Okay, so yes, it can be numeric because when we code it as 1 to 5, so it can be numeric. And scale type, what is the scale type data? All other numeric type data which has a unit of measurement, say for example weight of the person, height of the person, all these are instead of talking about this, we can say that it is simple understanding for a scale type data is that we should have that data should have a scale. It should have a scale. That means unit of measurement, and all such a type of data we call them as scale type data. So uh, we will not discuss about much about this, and we will jump to that what Excel can do for us. Okay. Now Excel can we can enter data. This is simply data entry method of Excel. There's an option which we have in Excel, that is insert is there. And basically from insert what we can do is we can start with, we can have our own graphs in Excel. That means which type of graphs I can have. So we can have different types of graph, that is column type charts, bar charts and all, line charts, pie charts, bar charts, and area and others. So Excel provides me information, or it gives me idea that I can have charting in Excel. Excel charting is the best charting in if you compare it against any other software. It is very simple, and we can have our own data. We can customize it, and anyone who has a basic idea of Excel data, then we can say that we can use a charting option. So say for example, if I want to go for a pie chart, so simply what I have to do, I have to select my data, insert a chart, and go for pie chart. Okay, so you have 2D type pie chart, and you can have 3D type charts. Okay, there's an option to be called as all charts, and here you can come and you can see that what options are available to you. So column, line, pie. Now I want So this is you should be very well in understanding that when I should use pie chart, when I should have a bar chart. So in statistics, the students are trained for these things, that when you should use pie chart, when you should use bar chart, when you should use combined bar charts, multiple bar charts, or line charts, and all. So that's how we say that you should know the basics of statistics very well before using any software for data analysis. So if you are very good in if you are very good in statistics, you will be you will be best in using all these software. So I'm not saying that you should have very thorough understanding of statistics, but at least basically you should be aware of what chart to be used, and which charts are suitable for which type of data. So let us say I want to generate I'm generating a simple pie chart, and this is how we can have a simple pie chart. This simple pie chart is used. Now you can see that I have generated it by simply selecting my data. Okay, but interestingly, I can edit this chart directly by selecting all the options on the chart. So if you select a chart, here are the options which are to be called as basic options for changing the colors. Okay, you also have option of selecting your own colors. So how you can do that? There's an option to be called as, when you select a chart, then you will have layout and format. So that is, once you select this chart, then go to layout, and you can go to format, or you can go to layout. So if you have selected a shape, and if you want to change the color of the shape, and if you want to have a different color, then you can have it. So it is simply that select your chart. Okay, once you will select your chart, automatically these two options, layout and format, will come in picture. Otherwise these two options are not there for any other things. Okay, that means if you select this chart, automatically these two options will come in picture. And what you have two options, that is layout and format. So in format, you can format everything. That means border to your chart. Then you can have that means different options to your text. Okay, so that is also possible. So these are the basic options. Then shape outline, yeah, you can have outline to your shape. That means you can give outline to shape. If you want to change outline to some dark black, you can do that. So shape effect also, you can have shape effect and all. Okay, along with this, we have an option to be called as layout option. Now what does this layout option tells me? That is, layout option is allowing me to give data labels. That means this is allowing to have a data labels at the center, data labels inside the chart, data labels best fit, and that means are on a chart, but it will be placed according to computer's choice. Okay, legends you can place anywhere. That means it is allowing you to place the legend. So that is to be called as layout. So how this chart should have its layout? There's an option to be called as chart title, but sometimes we use directly, we can write here, and this I can say that this is a gender distribution. Gender distribution. Okay, so if I select a gender distribution, so I don't have to do anything. I just selected uh, title, and I have just written it as a gender distribution. Now one more thing, that if I want to convert my data from count to percentage, then I can go to design, and I can select this type of design. There are some basic designs. So automatically you will find that I will get female, approximate percentage of female is 52%, and approximate percentage of male is 48%. So this option is to be called as a charting option. And in charts you can have, say for example, I have rural and urban, and I want to show a data of rural and urban, that I have some 20 and again 26. Okay, let me change format. So how to change format with the previous one? Select the previous data, format painter, and then select this. So automatically it will change to previous one. Now I want to add one more chart, and that will talk about it is talking about a bar chart. So which type of bar you want to do? So that is, I will prefer to have a column bar. You can have even this bar also. Okay, but there are different parameters or different perception on using column charts and bar charts. If you want to show a length, then we probably use bar charts. But if you want to show a height, then we mostly use a column chart. So column, it is vertically they are talking about height, and horizontally they are talking about length. So accordingly, what type of data you have and what type of comparison you are expecting into it, so accordingly we will choose a column or bar chart. Okay, so column option is there. I want to choose a column option. So you have 2D column option, you have a 3D column option, and these are the cluster charts. So you have because you want to show all these categories together. Okay, now this is very interesting that you can have your charts on the same sheet. So that's how you will find that your charts will be bar. You can do changes to these charts. You can add title to this. That means I can add a title. I can have a chart title, so centered overlay, and this can be a it can be about chart, so that chart will be compressed. Axis title, so also you can have primary horizontal axis title below. Then you can have a horizontal vertically rotated title here somewhere. And if you want to show data labels, then you can allow it to do so. That means this is it has a lot of options that can be used for charting. So this is the first and preliminary use of Excel for preparing charts. Okay, most of you must be aware of charting options. So we are not going because if you go for charting only, so charting only it takes 2 to 3 hours to explain that what are the different types of charts. But basically, I just want to give you idea that what you can do is that you can have different type of charts. You can explore different type of charts, and I don't think that it will have it will take much time to learn these charting options to present your basic information. So this type of options we call it as charting options. Okay, now there's an option to be called as this is a very frequent option and which is available in Excel directly. That is insert function, and you can do you can have your own data. Okay, let us say that I have a data, and let me generate my data. Let us say that I have a data on age. Okay, I have a data on gender. Okay, gender, age. Then let us say that salary is there, salary of employee, and we can have one more variable, that is level of satisfaction. Level of satisfaction. So these four variables we can use for our analysis today, for today's analysis. Okay, so let me generate my data. Is a function. I can how I can insert function. So to insert function, either I can go to insert function option at this point. I hope my screen is visible to you. Okay,
Yes,
is
it
it
is
visible?
visible. Yeah, yeah, visible.
Yeah, please, if it is not visible, please let me know. Okay,
Okay, okay.
so insert function, you have two options. Either you can use the insert function option here, or you can use equal to sign here. And if you know some name of the function, so then definitely you can have equal to sign. If you don't have option, or if you don't know function, then you can have insert function. So you will get a name of different functions. Now most recently used functions, or you can say that all functions you can use. Or if you want only statistical function, then you can go for statistical functions. So these are the options which are available to you. That's why the Excel is used by each and every person, maybe belonging to any field of any type. Okay, that means a finance person can come out with his financial calculation, because financial functions are available. That someone who is working on date and time, he can come out with date values and time values. Then mathematical functions are there. So someone who is working with mathematical calculations, he can also use. Engineers can use it for mathematical calculations, or to do trigonometry calculations like that. And statisticians of, or it can be used for statistical purpose or statistical data analysis. So it has, or today we are going to talk about these functions. So we have two options, either by going through functions, or we'll go by other option to be which we have, which we are going to talk much on. Okay, and there are other options: lookup, database, logical, information, and user defined. engineering options, cube option, and compatibility. So I'm going to use a function because I know the function. There are nowadays it is providing all these functions are available on a ribbon also. That means there are few basic functions which are very common to everyone. So that is sum, average, count, maximum, and minimum. So that is possible. You can do that. Recently used financial and all. So these functions are also available on ribbon. If you do some homework for your Excel, then you can make them available on ribbon, so that you can quickly call function, or you can quickly insert the function from uh, the particular domain. Okay, now let us say I want to generate my data, and I know the function that is a random between I want to use, and it is 1 comma 2. So I can generate my data. So let us say, and if you drag down, okay, beauty of this function is that if you drag down, so automatically every cell will have that function. So let us say that I'm generating my data of 101 persons or 100 persons. So let us have it of for 100 persons. So I have data for 100 persons. Okay. Now I have dragged it down, but it is you will find that every cell is with the data of one with a function random between. So that means where is that function which we have used? This is the function. You can see that this is the function bar here. Okay, this is the function formula bar. We call it as a formula bar. So you can directly do that. If you want to enter your data, if you want to use a function, you can go to function equal to, and then you can write your function option. So that is also possible. So that is every cell, because I have dragged it down. So every cell it will have that function. Okay. Other option is that I can copy and paste anywhere in a cell. So automatically that if I paste, automatically the function will be pasted. So that is the beauty of your Excel. Excel also have a very good option, that is if you control copy. That means if I want to see that my now this gender is this has 100 observation, but they are with function, and I don't want a function to be displayed, and I just want data. So what I can do, I can right click here, and paste option is paste values. Okay, so you can paste the values, and values, if you want to use values, then automatically that it will paste value, and it will not paste the function now. So that means you can paste function, you can paste value in both the ways this can be used. The option end, and if you age, salary, and level of satisfaction. So we'll do that for other variables also. So let me generate my data. Then we can see I am having a respondent in the age between, let us say that random between, and they are from 18 to say 60. Okay, that is minimum age is 18 and maximum is 60, and I have a data here. Okay, I want to take you to some basic data analysis. So that's why I'm generating data here. So I can copy. If you copy this, now function got copied, and I can paste it here, and it will be as a values. So now it will not be coming with a function. Now what about salary? Let us assume that you are taking a low economic groups survey, and let us assume that minimum salary in this particular group is say some 5,000. So this is rand between. Okay, and let us say 5,000 comma some 15,000. Okay, so this is the maximum limit which you have fixed, because I'm just teaching you that how use for the purpose of generating some integer type data. Okay, so now we have a level of satisfaction. Okay, let us say now what we can do. Now one option of data analysis is you can do it by the method of insert function. Now I can have, let us say that I want to insert function, I want to calculate average. Let us say that average I will calculate. Okay, so let me do this. I will just take the changes. Let me change it, and let us say that it has 60. Let us say 20, so that it will be visible to everyone, and all this. all the sheet. Format table as cell style. Sorry, format cells. Column width auto fit to column width. Okay, so automatically my whatever I'm writing, it will be average. Okay, I want a maximum value, maximum. I want a minimum. Then I want to calculate standard deviation and all. So what I can do, I can have a standard deviation maximum is equals to average. Function is, if you click OK equal to an average, so you will get average. So we want average, and if you click on this function, it tells you that what exactly it gives. Returns the average arithmetic mean of its arguments, which can be numbers or names, arrays or references that contain numbers. Okay, so definitely it should be provided with a numeric value. So I want average salary. Okay, I will calculate it for average salary. So simply this is my average salary. Okay, salary option. Okay, average I calculated. Then next one is I think salary which I have pasted is, it will change. Otherwise let me paste it as value, and this also we have pasted as a function. Otherwise it will keep changing. Okay, so every time when you press enter, automatically it will change. So this is a salary. Okay, maximum we have maximum. Okay, and minimum. Okay, so maximum function to be called as max. Okay, I want you to understand that what is the maximum salary, so I can do that. Okay, now this can be done similarly. I can do it for minimum, and now this is minimum. So you have to you should know the functions automatically. You should know the options which are available to you, and if you are aware about this, then you can do it very easily. So STD is a function which I know, because standard deviation in population and standard deviation in sample. So this is STD, yes, and then this is your standard deviation. Okay, so this is all about your this we have calculated, and we can say that this is how we calculated average, maximum, minimum, and standard deviation. This is one option. Okay, there's other option which is available, and now I'm taking you to the option which is available with the data analysis, because we are shifting our discussion to data analysis. Now there's the option to be called as data. Okay, and in data you have option of data analysis. Okay, so if your Excel doesn't have that option, then what you will do, you will go to file, then options. Okay, follow the procedures. Okay, I'm just repeating it. It is file. If someone has missed it, please look at this procedure, because there may be at least one who is not knowing that how this data analysis option should be made available on Ribbon. Okay, there's the option file, then go to option. Okay, check, go to option, and in option you have add-ins. Okay, so when you go to add-ins, then at the down you have a manage option करके एक option है, that is manage, and in manage you have to go for Excel add-ins. There are different things to manage, but we don't bother about other things. We'll click on Excel add-ins, and you will say go. Okay, so if you click on go, then these options will come to you that what you want to add-ins. So these are the different add-ins which are available to you. Okay, A-views is there, then analysis toolpack, VBA solver, and you can add these packs, and you can select whichever you want to add, and you can click on okay. Okay, so you have added. So now you have added some different, and automatically this option will be here. So of all the option, you should click data analysis wala, both the option with VBA and without VBA wala, both the options, because sometimes some computers do not support VBA, so I should have other option also. Now what does this option has? You can see that I can think of different analysis. Now, my aim may be of, I can say that my aim is of, let us say that my aim is, I'm sharing I will share entire screen. Just excuse me, I will share entire screen, uh, so that whatever I will do, basic and screen I will share. Okay, so that whatever I will do on my screen, it will be available to you. Okay, so now I can have different things to do. Okay, what I can do in statistics, I just want basic descriptive statistics. Okay, descriptive statistics. Okay, so it will have, let us say that it is 18. Okay, that means I can have times, let's say 18. Okay, so I may be interested in calculating descriptive statistics. I may be interested in calculating or testing some hypothesis. Okay, what is hypothesis? Hypothesis is assumption. What type of hypothesis you can test? You can test uh, difference, or you can test association. Okay, so for testing the differences, we have a different test. Like I will just explain you only one test today. So t-test I will explain you, and if I time get permits me, I will explain you another one. Okay, so this is the small t-test and another one. In small t-test, we will talk about comparison of two sample. I'm not going in detail of this two sample test because our major focus is uh, uh, on Excel. So paired sample. But still, I would like to, I will explain this very briefly to you. And then in association, we will talk about two correlation and regression. We are trying to learn big topic in very short time. Okay, so this is something to be called as descriptive and testing of hypothesis. Okay, so it is t-test we'll talk about. So I want, my basic objective is I want to generate a basic statistics. Okay, basic statistics, you may be what is basic, what does this basic statistics include? So let us say that instead of calling it as descriptive, we call it as basic statistics. Okay, basic statistics, what is that? You may like to find out the frequency of male and female. Okay, male and female. So that is that may be one name. Okay, you may be interested in finding mean, median and standard deviation and standard error, standard error, etc. Okay, for numeric type data like age and salary. You should आपको precise होना पड़ेगा that for what data you can calculate it. Okay, so we can here in this case we can calculate it for uh, uh, that is for age and salary. And I may have a hypothesis to test a difference, that I want to say, I'm writing my first hypothesis that there is null. I'm writing one first alternative. Okay, null hypothesis. Null hypothesis is there is no significance of difference between average salary of male and female. Okay, I will say that, okay, alternate is there is a significance of difference. So alternate, I may require one more variable. Before this, here I have let us say that I can say another hypothesis is there is significance of difference. Okay, so please bear with some if I am doing some minor mistakes while copy and paste, I may miss out something. Okay, so I hope that you will understand that. And another one is I can have there is no significance of change. Okay, change, understand this variable change in average salary before and after training. And I can write my hypothesis as there is, I hope I'm audible. If I'm audible, please put yes,
Yes, you are audible.
I want everyone to put yes in chat box so that we will have एक थोड़ा सा काम आपको भी हो जाता है and I will understand कि हाँ everyone is with me.
Okay, I'll do it.
Okay, so I'm just changing my hypothesis to there is a significance of change in average salary of before and after training. Okay, so we'll not go into technicality of the hypothesis. Our basic aim is of going for. And what next? We'll also talk about there is no significance of difference. There is no significance of difference between average salary of age groups when compared salary when compared against three age group. Okay, so we'll call it as, let us say that we have this, and I will just copy it down, and there is significance of it. These are the three hypotheses. Okay, and then we'll talk about there is no association. I'm just writing one null and alternate. There is no association. There is no association. I'm just writing only one for correlation and regression. Time permit, I will go for more. Okay, there is no significance of association. You can see that we have written association between salary and age. So I thought that I should um, teach you how we can frame our hypothesis according to data and age. Okay, so rather keep it as a numeric, and there is association. Okay, thank you. Okay, now these many options which are available to me. Now, what I can do in Excel, I have a data. What I don't have right now in Excel is that salary. I can say that salary after. So I have to generate one more data set, and let us say I will copy it down. So let us not bother about what has happened to these 8,000. Okay, and we have a data copy and salary after. So this is your data, salary before, right? We have data now, we have salary before, we have salary after, age, and now how to test hypothesis. There's an option to be called as data analysis. I will go to descriptive. So आपने देखा descriptive के लिए that we have chosen different options and we have to insert function and all. It's a very simple option. Go to descriptive. Okay, I'm just repeating a procedure. Data. Click on data. Click on data analysis. Is an option to be called as descriptive. Click on descriptive and click OK. Okay. So automatically you will get. You have labels in the input range. You have to do. You have to give an input range. So I want age, salary before, and again you want to add one more variable. So let us add by just select click on control and then select your data. Okay, so you can do that. आप additionally in variable को लेके आ सकते हो. अगर आपको नहीं होता है तो you can shift all these variables together and you can do that. I'm sorry, this is salary, age, salary, and I'm adding control and one more variable I have added, that is salary. What about other options? I have labels in first row. So click on labels. My data is column wise. So click on column. Output range allows you to put your data on new sheet. So otherwise in same sheet. So what you want? New worksheet, new workbook, or output range you want to provide. So we'll try to have it on new worksheet so that we'll be able to get our data on new worksheet. I want summary statistics. This option is very essential, that confidence level for mean. And here you can have 95% or 99% confidence interval. So we're talking about 90, 95, 95%. Get largest if you want, then which largest you want. Okay, so we'll not go in detail of all this, but summary will solve our purpose, and then we'll click on OK. Okay, so I will just change. I will do some few changes in my data set. So let us not go into technicality. We can manage to do that. So let us say I don't want, now this is whatever I have calculated. Okay, this option to be called as insert, so you can insert cells. Okay, now data analysis, descriptive. Okay, and I want to select, this is age wise. Okay, sometimes it becomes difficult. Summary rest options are same. So you will find that I'm getting option my data. So I'm getting the 3 variables: salary before, salary after, and what I'm getting data for different things. A little bit if you do some a small adjustment to your data, okay, you will get one a very good table which can be used for your presentation. Okay, because these options are same as mentioned in the first column. I can delete them. I can have 3 variables. So is the data which we can use. Okay, so in a single option, okay, you will get what you can get is, this is all descriptive or summary statistics. Okay, let us, we don't want a more, we may have a problem for more calculation. You have to check your data whether it is suitable for more or not. Okay. This is how we can have. Okay. Consistently, what you can do, you can select all this and you can keep its label as a number. Let us say all these are number, and let us maintain it at two level, yeah, up to two second decimal place or third. So you will consistently will have your data on second decimal place. So what option, what are the different statistics you are getting? Mean, standard deviation, standard error, median, standard deviation, then sample variance, kurtosis, skewness, range, minimum, maximum, sum, and count, and confidence level. So this is all together you are going to get in the for your data set. Okay, so that's how you get your basic data descriptive statistics. Now what I want to test a few hypotheses. So I want to use this test for the testing of differences. What are the tests which I can use? So I can use null hypothesis. There is no significance of difference between average salary of male and female, and there is a significance of difference between average salary of male. Okay, so for this essentially I must have to separate my data. Okay, so how I can separate my data? So this is, let us say that I have to separate this data as a male and female. Okay, because it will become essential for us to segregate our data. So we'll separate it. So let us separate how we can, what are the options which can be used. So what I have a data for, there's a function which is to be called as a sort. Okay, sorting function, which we call it as sorting function. So I will sort my data, and I would like to sort it by ascending order, so that you will get male separately and female separately. So all this data will be of male, and I will add one more data sheet. So this is for male. So let us make it. This is the only problem with Excel, that like other softwares of like other softwares, statistical packages, here you have to keep your data, you have to manage your data, you have to arrange your data for your testing purpose. So this is the data which we can have, and this is for male and female. Okay, so I have a data for male, I have data for female separately now. So same data I have, so I don't have to worry about these things, because I just want to see the change. So what we can have, I can have different types of data sets. So because I want to test it for male and female, that's why I segregated data. Okay, so irrespective of male and female, if I want to do, then I will not have to go for these changes. Okay, just see, this is select, merge. I am writing it as merge, and this is female. Right, now what I can do, I have a data separately for male, separately for female. Okay, and so we have different number of males and different number of females. Count is different, so we don't have to bother about that, because we can compare. If we have different number of observation in each. So option is data analysis. There's a test, t-test. Okay, and there are two tests. One which is to be called as a t-test, two sample assuming equal variances, t-test, two sample assuming unequal variances. Now what about variances? What you will do for variance? There's a test to be called as variance. Okay, this is f-test. F-test for two sample variance. For let us say that I want to compare salary before between male and female. So this is your first data set, and the next one is your second data set is salary before in a female. So you have, these are the two data sets. Okay, and you have clicked okay. Labels, you have labels. Alpha, you want to keep it at 5% level of significance, and I want to test output range. I will provide. I want my data to be printed on the same sheet. So what I can do, I can click here. You can select any cell and just click OK, and then click OK. So you will get whether your data is your variance is equal or not. So what is the testing? What is the interpretation procedure? Interpretation procedure is we mostly talk it on the basis of p-value. So let us say that your p-value is this much 0.30. So if it is less than 0.05, then we say I think we will just repeat the procedure data and f test. I think labels were not there, and we'll repeat it. So okay, so now this is value variable 1 and variable 2. And what about your p-value? So your p-value is 0.28. So it is uh, greater than 0.05. So we do not reject null hypothesis. So what is the null in this case? There is no significance of difference between the variances of two samples. And alternative, there is a significance of difference between variances of two samples. So we are saying that we are accepting that the data has equal variance. Okay, because that will help me to choose a test of t-test from appropriate domain. So now equal variances are tested. Now I know that it is with equal variances. So which t-test I will select? I will select t-test, that is two sample assuming equal variances. Then that is data analysis. Go to data analysis. Go to t-test with assuming equal variances, because we have already tested. So we don't have to say that assuming, but it says that it is assuming equal variances. And then okay. Then select your data. Your first variable is, let us say, male data, and male for salary before. And we have carefully, we will look into it, that we are selecting uh, the variable name also. So we'll say label. And what is this hypothesized difference? We are expecting that this difference should be 0. Okay. What about output range? So I will provide one output range. Just I have to take care. I have to see that it will not be on the same table which I have generated previously. So if you want to delete that table, then you can select that. That is a different option. But now I want to keep that table also. So you will just click OK, and you will see that you're getting option of a t-test. So what is there in t-test now? So t-test says now what values you will require in t-test. You don't have to bother about all the values which are provided to you, because this mean and variance and all you have already generated. You don't have to bother about this pooled variance and all. You will not talk about this. But this is the value, that this is your t statistics, and this is your one tailed, and this is your two tailed. Okay. So whatever hypothesis we have placed, that is a two tailed hypothesis. Now what is one tailed and two tailed hypothesis? When I'm not sure about that, what is the relation between the groups which I am comparing with each other? That is, the salary of male is greater than salary of female, or salary of female is greater than salary of male. In that situation, I will use one tailed test. Otherwise, I'm using two tailed test. So I will not go in detail of this testing. But this p-value is not less than. This is not less than 0.05, because we have tested it against 5% level of significance. Okay, so it is not less than 0.05, indicates that I should not reject my null hypothesis, and I will conclude that I will retain which null hypothesis, that is, there is no significance of difference between the average salary before average salary of male and female. Okay, we'll also would like to compare that whether this salary is different when after giving a training, that after training. So again, data, then data analysis. I'm repeating a procedure just to make you understand. Assuming equal variances, we are assuming that you can test it otherwise, but now I'm assuming that it is equal variances. Okay, I will go for equal variances. Equal variances and unequal variances test में ज़्यादा difference नहीं आता है. Anyway, you don't have to bother about rest of the things. You just have to bother about p value. So this is how we can do that, and rest all the things except this cell. I will select a cell here. So click on OK, and you will have a data that is. Let us say that I have times 2 Roman and this is 8. Okay, this one is, so we can have this as I'm doing everything on so you can have you can do your presentation on Excel for workshop. Okay, so this is still that after training there is no significance of difference because this p value is also not less than 0.05. That means the salary doesn't differ according to gender. Okay, so I can conclude. What about next hypothesis? My next hypothesis is there is no significance of changes average salary of before and after training. Now here there is no change. There is nothing as that we should compare it for male and female. If you have to compare it for male and female separately, then you have to again separate out data. Whatever data you have separated, then you can use that data. Okay. Now what I can do again, data here, data analysis. The test which I'm choosing now is a different. Okay, and which is the test I'm choosing? T-test paired to sample for means, and this is okay for me. And I will select my first variable, so that is salary before, and I will select my second variable. So let us say my second variable, so it is second variable salary after. So labels hypothesized main difference is again a zero कि change नहीं है तो नहीं आना चाहिए, दोनों का average almost same आना चाहिए. Label up, you have a label and labels and alpha. I'm keeping alpha as 95 confidence interval as 95% and alpha as 5%. So let us select because I want it to be printed here only. So let us say and click on OK. So automatically you will get, it's very simple that if you are aware about, at least you can write some basic you can do some basic analysis. I'm not saying that you can use Excel for very if you are very good in Excel, then you can do each and anything and everything in Excel. But at initial level you can do some basic analysis in Excel, so which can be used for the publication purpose. Okay, and you can see now I'm getting a value which is very small value. You can see that p value is very small value. This indicates that 3.0930425 and into 10 raised to the power minus 11. So that indicates that this value is 0.0000000. So if you want to change it, then you can change it to numeric, and you can allow decimal to be printed here. Okay, so if you allow decimal to be printed, so automatically you will find that you can see that how small this value is. So it is decimal value. I want to change the cell properties. Let me change. Okay, so format cells, and this is number. Let us not say that it is scientific. Let us say that it is numeric number, and this is up to 24 decimal places. So your number is this much, and this is less than 0.05, and we conclude that we should reject null hypothesis and conclude that there is a change in significant change in the average salary after training. So that means before the people were getting 10,072, and after training they are getting 13,719. So if you upgrade their skills, automatically the salary will increase, and that's how we get this PAT test. Okay. Now what about ANOVA? ANOVA, I want to check it against level of satisfaction. That average salary whether changes. Instead of this, I will just make changes. Instead of age, I will make it to level of satisfaction. Okay, level of satisfaction, and this is something which we call it as level of satisfaction. So we have five level of satisfaction. So people who have given 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we have 5 groups. Okay, and let us say that I want to compare this salary before or after. You can have any of this salary. Let us assume that we'll compare salary after, and again let us say that a level of satisfaction. Instead of this, we'll okay, no, we'll not go for level of satisfaction. Let us go with the age group. Okay, so we'll have age group. Okay, only thing is that can we? Okay, we'll not. Let us say that. Let me do this. Okay, let me. Okay, I will show you. I think my document is visible to you. Okay, let me do a few changes in my document. Let us say let me decide age group. So serial number. Just a minute. I'm sharing my another screen. So we have 2, 1. I'm sharing other screen. Just bear with me. Okay. Let us say I have 3 age groups. Okay, is my screen visible? Excel wala? Let me share my screen. Okay, so I have 3 age group, and what I have to do now, I have to separate out these 3 age group. If I am doing that, okay, that is very essential that we should separate out these 3 age groups. Okay, so I have categorized it for 18 to 30, then 30 to 31 to 40, and above 40. So these are the 3 age groups. So what I will require, I want to compare. So for ANOVA purpose, I need to have my data, which is again as like that of your t-test. We have to separate out our data. Okay, we will separate it out. So that is average age. Let us say arrange sorting किया आपने salary first. We have second age group. The second age group 2, and the next one is age group 3. So again we have third. Okay, so let us say that age group 1, age group 2, and age group 3. Okay, so age group 1, age to 2. I'm audible, I hope.
Yes, you are audible.
Yeah, thank you. And this one is okay. So we have separated our data, okay, for ANOVA purpose because we want to compare 3 age group. Procedure is very simple. आपको थोड़ा सा मेहनत data arrange करने में ही जाएगा. Otherwise, the procedure is very simple. Again, go to data. Okay, data analysis, and there's the option to be called as a single factor ANOVA. We are not going to talk about two factor and all because I don't think the time will permit us to do that. And you have to select all data. Okay, so whatever data you have, you will select all data. Columns, labels in first row, alpha, rest all the things you will keep constant, and it is same worksheet. So you will be able to see that we have ANOVA. Okay, this is group summary. Okay, this is age group 1, age group 2. Is my screen visible?
No, it is not visible.
Okay, I'm sharing it again. Okay, now it is visible. Okay, so this is how we say that we can calculate ANOVA. Now this is the p-value which we are talking about. This is the p-value which is again not less than 0.05. Therefore, we say that there is no significance of difference between the average salaries of age group 1, 2, and 3. So here is the average. So you can see that average salary almost same, and variance be almost same jar. So that's why there is no significance, and this is the p-value which we are talking about. Okay, so this is how we come to the conclusion. We'll have another test, and we'll then we will go for discussion. So it's there is no significance of difference between the salaries between average between 3 age groups. The test to be called as correlation and regression, which is used to test the relationship between variables. Now, if I want to test whether if there is any relationship between uh, between age and salary, so we can have this option again: data analysis, and we have a correlation. We also have option here. I will just tell you that as correlation we also have regression here. So regression and correlation. But for regression, you should know that which is your dependent and which is your independent. For correlation, we don't require any variable to be identified as dependent or independent. So select the data. Now understand that Excel will assume. Now this my first is X and second is Y. Understand? If you don't say if you not make any change, or if you go for scatter plot, so definitely the Excel will say age as X and salary before is as Y. That means first variable will always be Excel will consider it as a X variable, and second as Y variable. So Y, that is dependent one. So automatically I would like to generate it on same sheet. So this is a correlation value. Okay. So just like okay, now this is your correlation value. Okay, you can do it from this also. That is, you can calculate correlation by just putting it as equal to, and it shows that a negative correlation. And what is that negative correlation says? that it is saying that it is a very weak negative correlation. So it says that as lower the age, more is the salary, higher the age, lesser is the salary. So this may not be the case, but it may be lower income group we are considering. So we may be considering, we don't have any idea that what type of data we have right now, or what type of relationship we're expecting here. So this is all about your uh, Excel. I'm not saying this is all about your Excel, but these are the few things which we can do in Excel. Okay, so salary after, we can say that I can have a salary after as a dependent. I can go for another test, that is regression. I want to find out that whether salary after changes is depending on age or not. So here you have to give your option and input Y. So salary after, and then salary before. Sorry, instead of this, age of the person. Okay, we have labels and output range. Here you have different regression tests. So this you should know very. This you should know that when to use all these and how to interpret this. So here I can have, let us say that I have it for, and this is regression. So we can have it for, this is your regression test. So correlation you calculated, multiple R square value you have, and this you don't, this you should know that how to interpret. So it is whether I can use the model. So model is not appropriately, I cannot use it for prediction because it is not significant on the basis of ANOVA. And these are the coefficient. This is your A plus BX. So this is your B value, and this is your B value, and this is your A value. So you can have, this is A intercept plus age. So you can use this equation for prediction, but you show your R square should be very strong for the purpose of prediction, and this should be at least greater than 0.6, 0.7. Then we can say that it has a very good correlation, and I can use this for the purpose of analysis. So this is, I think uh, we have almost done with 1.5 hours. Okay. So there are so many things which we can do. We can talk on Excel for 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, without means if you want to explain each and every option of, explore every and each and every option of Excel, it will require to, it will require some 7 days to do that. If you do every day for 2 to 3 hours, then only we will be able to see some, that is 50% option of statistics only, because we need to have data, how to arrange, organize our data for the purpose of analysis and all. So this is all about your Excel, and I'm really thankful to the organizers to allow me, or to give me opportunity to talk before you. I'm just enjoying this session. So I had taken in this particular lockdown period, I have taken so many sessions on Excel, SPSS, and R. So we have taken some 3 days session on SPSS, even on R and Excel. So we have to change different platforms as per the requirement of our data. And there are some other packages which are precisely statistical packages. Even Excel provides some add-on versions or advanced version, and they are specifically designed for the purpose of data analysis. So you can use that option also. But this is the basic Excel you should know, and you can do a lot of things. You can do, if you have some 2, 3, 4 variables, then you can do your analysis using Excel. So thank you, and over to Ramchandran sir.
Okay, thank you very much for your the detailed the presentation with example. So now so I request the participants so just post it in the chat box. Whoever want to ask any doubt or clarification directly, you can post it here so that I can unmute you directly. You can speak with the speaker. So anybody want to ask any question, you can post it in the chat box. So anyone is interested to speak with speaker with your question, so that so there itself we can explain. Ishwant, yes. Ishwant, you can speak. Ishwant, you can speak.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, yes, we can hear you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's a very good session. Actually, I have one doubt actually regarding that correlation and regression method, what sir has explained right now. So, if it is multiple input variables are there, means how to can we find out that constraints like whatever sir told, that is ax plus c. For example, can we develop like a non-linear correlation or non-linear type of equation?
Yes, you will answer.
Yeah. The non-linear type relationship, you can test it using there's a scatter plot option in Excel. Okay. Otherwise, Excel do not provide in basic Excel do not provide non-linear regression analysis. So you can do it by doing some calculation in Excel, and you can generate. Excel is that's why it is called as a beautiful software, that you can write your own functions, and you can do some calculation as we do it on notebook. Okay. So that's how we can do it. But there is an option which we can say that there are few non-linear relationships can be generated using sorry, I will just take you to let us say that salary before and salary after. Okay, have data like this and insert scatter
Screen is
plot.
not visible.
Screen is not visible. Okay, just a minute.
You can share the screen there itself. We can explain, sir.
Yeah, I will do that. Okay,
Yeah,
I think. Is that visible now? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go ahead,
Okay.
sir. Go ahead.
So we have to we'll select the data, then scatter plot and scatter. Okay. Now, if you want to fit here, then you have option to add trend line. Okay, and here you have some non-linear type options which can be made available. So exponential, logarithmic, polynomial, power, and all these type of functions you can do. And if suppose if I'm saying that it's, now I don't know, my data is not suitable for the purpose of exponential, but I'm just showing you that you can see that exponential, and there is an option below that display equation on chart. Okay, so if you click on equation on chart and this one, so you will get a non-linear equation here. So this you can use, but this is available with the scatter plot. Otherwise, in data, you don't have that option, which is allowing you to make it as the non-linear.
Okay.
So
Sir, is there any
these are a few things
possibilities?
which we have to pick. No, but you can have there are some add-ins. You can search it on Google that for non-linear, and you can paste those add-ins. आप Excel में add कर सकते हो. That is, they are generated or they are developed by some independent developers, and that you can use them.
Sir, is there any possibilities of fixing one constraint, and can we vary the other two variables, variable constraints?
No, sensitivity. You're talking about sensitivity analysis. No?
Yeah.
No, that is I don't think that there is possible with the basic Excel. Huh? That is possible with the, I think, eViews and R and SPSS. You can do that. That is the best option.
Where, sir? Which one, sir?
SPSS R is there, R software.
Okay. Awesome.
Using R library, you can do that.
Okay.
R software is there, so you can do using R libraries. Excel, I don't know because but basic Excel do not provide this facility.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, in my work, some 4 to 5 variables are there. So in that, so I was not getting the R square value what I expected range. So
but that is R square is basically depending on data.
data.
So that
So
means either what you have to check it out is that if you as a researcher, if you are finding it out and you are feeling that these are the variables which are expected to have a relationship with each other, or they are going to have an impact on dependent variable, or large high impact on dependent variable, then just you have to check your data whether your data has some issues. It may not be appropriate, or it might have been understood in some different way. So you, if it is a survey data, then that may happen. Okay. But if it is a secondary data, then we have to think of thinking of the relationship of between dependent variable and independent variable.
yes, sir.
So you have to go back and check whether these variables really has a relationship or not.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Yashwant. Ranjana, you want to ask question? So you can ask. She says when to use which kind of test. So she's asking. Ranjana, you can directly ask to speaker.
I think I have explained it by considering hypothesis.
Yeah.
So and also my hypothesis itself tells that what type of hypothesis you have and how you can use it. So if you will see the hypothesis, automatically will come to know that when you are using a differences, then we'll go for t-test. T-test, then what type of t-test we'll use? Two sample t-test, paired sample t-test, and ANOVA. So when we are comparing more than two groups, we will use ANOVA. When we are comparing two independent groups, then we'll use two sample tests. When we have paired data like before and after, then we'll use paired sample t-test. If we want to test association, then we'll use correlation. If you want to test a cause-effect relationship, then we will use regression. But this information you will get it on Google also. That which test to be used. At least for basic test you will use. You will get information on Google, or there are so many books in statistics which are written. I will suggest one, that is any research methodology books you are referring. But if you will refer Kothari, C.R. Kothari has given a good explanation of these tests, that which test to be used at what time.
Okay.
So you can refer that to research methodology by C.R. Kothari.
C.R. Kothari. Okay, thank you.
Even other research methodology books must be there. Okay.
Yeah. So one more, thank you. Now one more author. So you can directly speak. He asked, can we use ANOVA analysis for vibration signals?
Vibration signals, if it is measured on some unit of measurement. Hello.
You can speak.
Hello.
Yeah, you can speak.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes, you are audible.
Yeah, you are audible. Please.
Yeah, sir. Yeah. So very informative session. Thank you so much. I hope you have like when to use.
So your voice is breaking in between.
Your voice is not. I'm not getting your voice.
She has asked, so can we use ANOVA for vibration signals?
Yeah, we can use that, but vibration signals, if it is measured on some unit of measurement, I think this is a physics quantity. So signaling, so she must have measured it on some unit of measurement. So if she want, she has I don't know how she has taken the data. That is vibration signals. If it is a repeated
Yeah,
measurements,
either it
that
might
is
be
on.
amplitude data. You have taken
Yeah.
any
So,
amplitude of vibration data you have taken, velocity or
but she can use either. She can use if the
yeah.
vibration data is distributed independently in independent variables, then she can use a simple ANOVA. Or
Yeah.
otherwise, if she has taken observation on some point of time or some paired observations on some by doing some changes on same
Yeah.
instrument, that is she has added some treatment and then again taken vibration, then again added one more treatment and again taken observations.
Yeah.
So in that case she can use one way repeated measure ANOVA, but she can use it. But at the only condition is that it should have for comparison it should have more than 2 groups. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Next, so one more participant, Divesh Divakar, you can ask. He asked how to calculate moving average at different intervals.
Moving average time series data you can do it, but for time series Excel is used. In Excel I will just different intervals. I am not getting what there is an option to be called as moving averages, but it has some limitations. There's an option in data analysis to be called as moving averages.
Yeah.
So I don't know what he means, what he meant from a different. So it is you can have different intervals is moving averages, data analysis, moving averages. You click on OK and you can mention your data for which you want to calculate labels in first interval and your interval.
Okay.
Now if you are saying that 2 intervals, then 3 intervals, then you can have 2 intervals wala data, 3 intervals. Moving averages we calculate in that way only. So 2-point moving averages, 3-point moving averages, 4-point, 5-point, 7-point, 8-point, 9-point. So that's how you can change here. You can calculate it for any number of point of intervals.
Okay, I hope you got your answer. So anybody want to ask any clarifications? Still you can ask one or two.
Purna, there is a question. There is a way to analyze common data across different Excel spreadsheet.
If you got a question, please can you tell me, sir?
Yes. There is a way to analyze common data across different Excel spreadsheet.
You want to compare different spreadsheets, right? No?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Is there a way to analyze common data across different Excel spreadsheets?
No, but you don't have that kind of option. But you can combine all these spreadsheet. Okay.
The combining
and
can
then
be
you can
done.
do that. Combining, you can, there is an option, combining option here Excel, that you can combine spreadsheet and then you can compare, bring it on same spreadsheet.
Okay, fine.
So that can be done. There is no as such, I don't I may not be doing, okay, though that may be the case.
Okay.
But for different spreadsheet you can do that. Say for example I want to let us say if you mean one I will show you what I know. So let us see. I think my screen is visible, no?
Yeah.
Screen is visible. So let us say that I want to compare age group on this one. Okay, age. I will compare it using p-test. Okay. Now I am doing it on. This is for. I'm selecting one age group. That is from sheet 3. Okay, and I will select another data from sheet 5. So that you can do. You can select another data from sheet 5. I've selected. So 53 observations. And then you can go for comparison. Output you can have it on even on different sheet. That is possible. And okay, so you will get it. This is a paired. Okay, I think I have selected wrong test. So independent I want to select. So it is t-test. Okay, and this is from Let us say that I have selected it from sheet 3, right? And another data I will select from sheet 5. Okay, and this is, and let us say that I want to select it on another sheet. Okay, rest I will keep as it is. So you will get a comparison. That is also possible. So that is possible. So I have compared age
Yeah.
on sheet 3 against age on sheet 5. I hope that you may be saying the same thing. Otherwise, if you have some different, if you want to say something different, then you can combine different spreadsheet and you can compare.
Yeah.
That is the best option.
And yes, I hope you understood this. So if any more the clarification, you can post it, or else we'll proceed. You got your answer. Good. So Raghavendra, you can proceed if there is no questions.
So now I request a few participants to give their valuable feedback about today's program.
Already many have given in chat box. Anyone want to speak? So just you can post it in the chat box so that I can unmute you. So you can share your experience. So anyone want to speak? Just put it in the chat box. I can unmute you. Is anyone? Many are posted in the chat box. So just you want to share your experience about the session, you can speak here. So anyone is interested, or else we'll proceed with our the next thing. Raghavendra Prasad, Dr. Raghavendra Prasad, you want to say something about the program?
I want to wholeheartedly thank the today's resource person. So it was exhaust. Even with one example, it was very clear, and
Yes.
I think everybody came to know about it. Even when I was thinking, I sent a message to Ramchandra also. If these things were clear, our research would have been much more simpler.
Simpler, yeah,
So
yeah,
we
correct.
have struggled a lot to do this, especially
Yes, yes.
ultimately when come to the end of the research, it's all about regression analysis, database. Totally, it's a database analysis. So we have
all
given a
those
very
things, yeah.
in-depth this thing.
Yeah,
And moreover, this requires, I think, Ramchandra, I suggest you
yeah.
to have detailed version or a higher level of this in the coming days. So
Okay,
it should
I
be
will.
very much helpful for all the researchers.
Yes, yes,
And I
sir.
want to thank, and I want to personally thank you, Ramchandra, for organizing such a wonderful webinar. So heartfelt congratulations. It was a fantastic event. And I think we almost we are coming to 2 hour session. And
Yes,
we
yes, yeah, yeah.
never felt that
It's
we are
boring.
sitting
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah, exhausting.
long in front of the system.
Yes, yes,
Only
yeah.
there for you
Okay.
for your future interviews. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you, one and
thank
all.
you. Thank you. Raghavendra, you can proceed.
Thank you, sir. So now I request Dr. Ramchandra CG, the Managing Director of Sanatana Research and Training Institute, to summarize today's webinar.
First of all, see, I'm thankful to Dr. S.B. Mule. Within a short notice, I have contacted him through my contact. He readily agreed and he gave a date within a week. So immediately I have organized this. And initially, so as Dr. Agwendra MD told, the Excel means only, even though today also, today life also will use it, even in our university also we use it just to calculate the attendance percentage or the average marks or total marks of all the students average. Only for this simple calculations we use. And even when we were doing research, we have maximum extent we have used this spreadsheet or the Excel for this graph. That too only limited the resources we have used. Only just we are inputting the data, only one sort of the pie chart or the bar chart we used to get. Same thing we used to put it in our papers. So today the resource person has shown Excel is not only used for these simple the accounting purpose or simple it can be used as a statistical tool also. So that means normally statistical tool means immediately it comes to our mind that Minitab we have to use, or we have to use SPSS software. We have used it. In many of us we have used it. And including whenever the graph comes to our mind, we use Origin software or any other these commercially available software. So today, so in depth with a single example, he has covered most of the analysis. Okay, how we can analyze the data, whatever the data we have with us in different ways. So he has started with a very simple example where maximum and minimum how to get with the variables, and in between he has given the very good example. He has given hypothesis, even the hypothesis. So it is very important in our the research. So he has clearly mentioned about this hypothesis, how to get the hypothesis, and he has shown a single sample testing and two sample tests like F test and T test in detail. He has given, and variance and correlations and regression analysis he has shown. ANOVA. Okay, these are all some of the he has explained. But our the knowledge should not end in the at the end of this webinar. So whatever the data you have, there is a scholars at the faculty, you use your data. Okay, that's what. So for the whatever the data you have, you put it in this, and then whatever you are expecting from your data, okay, that you finalize first, as the speaker clearly mentioned it. And as many number of tests you can do this. That means the beginning, okay, Niovi has given with one example. You have to try with your the data, whatever you have, okay, whether the one variable you have, or variable, or how many the samples you have. So based on that, so you can select these the test, and you can conduct it. So I hope everyone got in depth the information about spreadsheet. We hope in future we won't call this spreadsheet or the Excel sheet only for this to draw graph, or only for simple our calculations to find out average or addition, subtraction, division. We have to make use of this. This is a fantastic tool. Even for data analysis also can be used with this. Once again, I thank today's speaker for this valuable information, sharing his knowledge to us. Definitely we'll make use of this knowledge. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, sir. Gratitude is the essence of humanity. Now I thank today's speaker, Dr. S.B. Mule, Assistant Professor, Department of Statistics, KC College of Mumbai, for his informative session. I also thank Dr. Ramachandra CG, Managing Director, Sanatana Research and Training Institute, and Dr. Raghavendra Prasad MD, President, Rotary Club, Mysore West, for their involvement in organizing this FDP. So finally, I thank all the participants for your active participation in this FDP. Thank you one and all. So we will send the feedback link as well as the e-certificate link. You can able to get a e-certificate within 2 days. And please subscribe our YouTube channel, Sanatana Samprathisthana YouTube channel. So we will also send the whatever the FDP or webinars. So everything YouTube link will be sent to your mail ID. So please subscribe our YouTube channel. You can able to get an alert whatever all the updates regarding the webinars as well as the FDP through our YouTube channel. Thank you, one and all.
With this, we'll end this session. So in future also, the similar kind of the sessions we are planning. So the same the cooperation you have to give in future also. Try to enhance your knowledge in all the different perspective. This is what our objective. Thank you.